an absolute pleasure to be here for the launch of this wonderful initiative. And I'm of course very proud to be representing Steve Camper, the Minister for Multiculturalism, this afternoon. And I'm very glad that you decided to host this in Granville, because Granville, Marylands, Parramatta and Auburn, this area is home to so many from the African diaspora and communities who are vital to the story of Western Sydney today and tomorrow. So today marks more than just the launch of a new organisation. It also the launch of the ADC's noble vision to empower African Australians socially, culturally and economically. And I'm very impressed by the ADC's vision, and I share this vision with many current and new members of the ADC. Now, a little bit about Granville. Granville is a proud, hard-working community and one of the most culturally and linguistically diverse parts of New South Wales. And over many generations, it's been a place of arrival, of opportunity and of belonging. From early migrants arriving after the Second World War to more recent communities from Africa, Asia, the Middle East and the Pacific, Granville has welcomed people seeking safety, stability and the chance to contribute to their new country. And today we see growing communities here in Granville and Marylands from Zimbabwe, Ghana, the Congo, Sudan, South Sudan, Ethiopia, Eritrea, in business, in music, in sport, education, in food, in the life of our schools, faith groups and volunteer organisations. And yet also, African Australians too often face barriers to full economic inclusion, fair access to services and equal opportunities. And that's why organisations like the African Diaspora Cooperative matter, because they're built from the community and for the community, with solutions that understand culture, experience and potential. At the heart of the ADC's work is the African philosophy of Ubuntu. And of course, most of you know Ubuntu is the belief that I am because we are. It's a spirit of community. Ubuntu inspires the African way of pulling together for everyone's benefit. Nelson Mandela illustrated Ubuntu very simply, and in his words, a traveller through a country would stop at a village and didn't have to ask for food or for water. Once he stops, the people give him food and attend him. That is one aspect of Ubuntu, but it will have various aspects. Ubuntu does not mean that people should not enrich themselves. The question therefore is, are you going to do so in order to enable the community and you to be able to improve? Ubuntu is a wonderful philosophy and a great guide for a newly established cooperative with a focus on investment. And when we pull together, everyone benefits. The way of Ubuntu has sustained African communities for millennia, and it is just as relevant here in Australia today as it has been across the African continent. And I'm so impressed also that it chose to become a cooperative. Obviously, I don't know nearly as much about cooperatives as our other guests, but we do have many of them here in Australia, and the ones I'm probably most familiar with are agricultural cooperatives. Particularly, we actually have a lot here in New South Wales for fishing and for dairy. And the way they operate is going to be a bit different to the way you operate, but say dairy farmers, and Norco is the biggest and most well-known dairy cooperative. It's a household name, it's in all supermarket shelves. They pull together their resources and they're a much better place to set the price for milk that is sent out from the North Coast. It also deals with variations in production between farms, and it makes life a lot easier for all the members of the cooperative. It also means they can pool some resources in terms of where things get dispersed from. But it means that everybody from that community is working together instead of competing against each other and being driven down to the lowest possible price by their much bigger, much more powerful fishing cooperatives. The use of space. They often come into the, they have their fishing trawler, the catch will vary from day to day, very hard to make contracts on that basis, but they come together into the one place, which is owned by the cooperative, and they sell from that point. And it just makes it a lot easier to manage something that is actually very uncertain. What you're proposing to do is quite different again, but again, it also relies on the fact that coming together, you can achieve a lot more than as individuals. And I think that is something that I think will be of huge benefits to the community. Also, that huge amount of remittances that you send overseas, you'll be in a better position to be able to invest together and raise that money. Raise money for families and friends back in Africa. I know that is a huge pressure that people face when they come to Australia to share their good fortune with the people back home. And I think it's wonderful that you're going to be able to do this together. So in closing, Minister Camper and I wish the Africa Diaspora Cooperative all the very best as it launches into the world from culturally dynamic Granville, a place of many cultures and a shared future. And may Granville continue to be a home for new ideas, new leadership and new beginnings. And may the ADC's leaders, members, friends and supporters, inspired by them to build a future in which every member of the Australian African community can flourish. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much, Julia. Please take away gift ADC, our photographer. Thank you. Let's give her a round of applause, please. Thank you so much, Julia. And thank the Minister for us as well. Thank you. I think next I will welcome back Mr. Mutwanene. I welcome back Mr. Mutwanene to come and welcome our keynote address speaker.
Thank you, Esther, and in the design of how you had prepared. But we did get back to a man that we know better as Pastor AJ, and he graciously accepted to do this piece, which is being the gift of honor. Councillor Emmanuel AJ was elected in the 2024-28 on the Liberal Party representing South Ward in Liverpool. He has solid history of effective management and organizational skills and committed to providing outstanding service and cultivating strong community ties. As you know, Liverpool is multicultural. He believes in leading by example.
This place for a long time. And I thank the executives for inviting me to speak to my fellow brothers and sisters, uncles, aunties, and also, if you are over 70, my father. Okay, I know a lot of people here from the Kenyan community. I've been part of the Kenyan community for a long time. Before I address my speech or my keynote, I'd like to welcome you to Granville, to the traditional custodians of the Diagram people, the young and old, present and former. Thank you. When the president called me, I said to myself, why ADC? Why ADC? And I'm a pastor of the church, so please forgive me if I say amen. It's part of my DNA. So I said, why ADC? Why is the African Diaspora Cooperative? And by sitting down with all the speakers that have come, Sam has opened my eyes and my understanding that whatever we're doing and we're chasing for what I believe, my philosophy of working together is already in existence. And I didn't know. I didn't know that. We have a lot of groups. We got the Ghana group that we're trying to put money together to buy a hall like this. Because I've seen this hall being transformed. It used to be a small hall here in Granville, and then knock it built, and we're good at paying rent. African is number one. If you want people to pay rent for you, get an African tenant. They will never buy their own. They will just keep on renting. I'm very sure of that. Ghanaians are number one. We Ghanaians came here in 1969. Yeah, in 1969, my auntie came to Australia. So we have a great history. And I came here in 1996. So 28 years ago. So I've seen a lot. So I'm going to share from my heart. Yeah? I'm not your ordinary politicians that will write a speech and tell you what is not. Tell you what you need to hear. No. I want to tell you what I know and what works. Is that okay? Can I get an amen? I told you I'm not a politician, right? I'm a pastor. Okay, so if you can give me the slide. In 1996, when I came to Australia, so I want to speak about Liverpool. I got 10, 15 minutes. So in Liverpool, the train station, in 1996, this is how it looks like now, but the old one, when I came, this is the new one, this is the new train station. So in 1996, it was very old, very, very old. We didn't have all these fancy like gates. We used to use a ticket, but that's, if you go back onto Google, you see it. And they don't have it. Okay, that's it, yeah. 1996, that was Liverpool train station, yeah? That's just 28 years ago, right? And now, you see the new one, it's amazing. And I used to jump the train, go back. I was very naughty. I didn't buy tickets. I used to jump the train on the other side. So this, you go up, and the guys are not there. So you just jump the fence and you're out. Yeah, that was what we were doing as a young African in Australia. And then we will look at Liverpool Library, the library, if you have that. The old library, not the train station, the old library. So that's the old Westfields, the Westfields that I knew in 1996, 99. And the new Westfields, if you have that. So that's the new one. So the difference in life is time and space. So my key speech is that time and team, as we said, joiners are winners.